The NFL trade deadline is coming up on November 1st, right after the Vikings get it on Week 8 at home against the Arizona Cardinals. And the Vikings at 5-1 getting it done, leading the NFC North division, currently the dose seed in the NFC, should and could be buyers at the trade deadline. And never sleep on the, hey, that guy played well against us scouting. And of course, last week as the Vikings got done down in Miami 24-16, Mike Gesicki, he of the unseasoned Griddy variety, had 2 touchdowns and looked pretty dang good. And he is the true blue modern move tight end. And the Vikings need to make a move. Here is our case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, here is our presentation, our rebuttal for why the Vikings need to trade for Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki. Background: 27 years young, a 6'6", 250, former 3-star recruit from Manahawk, New Jersey. Manahawkin. Nailed it. Took his talents to Penn State, totaled 129 catches, 1,481 yards receiving, 15 touchdowns over 4 seasons in Happy Valley, including 9 touchdowns as a senior. Was an absolute stone-cold freak at the Combine, man. Just a 9.95 in RAS. That's out of 10. Ran a 4.5, 4.40. Just absolutely just got after it in agility and explosion, too. Just an absolute specimen. A physical freak. Draft profile by Lance Zierlein over at NFL.com. Draft projection round 2. NFL comparison, Tyler Higbee, which is ironic since who was Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips, who was a tight ends coach with the Rams. So who was their starting tight end with the Rams? Tyler Higbee. Overview. If you're looking for a tight end who can line up and help in the running game, he's not your guy. However, if you want a pass catcher who can get open, has the ball skills to win against linebackers and safeties, he might be your guy. Gesicki needs to improve his play strength, and his issues as a blocker could limit the amount of teams who will target him, but he has a chance to become one of the better pass-catching tight ends in the league. Gesicki is basically like Diet Kyle Pitts. Gesicki is basically just a giant wide receiver in a tight end's body, man. And the Dolphins ended up taking him in the second round 2017. He's gone over 700 yards receiving in each of his past 2 seasons in Miami. Was franchise tagged this offseason, $10.931 million. More on that in a second. And you know, Mike McDaniel comes from the Shanahan tree. Of course, they want to run the ball. They want to be physical. And, of course, with Gesicki being a move tight end, a joker tight end, that doesn't really fit his MO. That's why he's been lagging behind this year. It's been sort of stunted. He hasn't got the playing time. Durham Smythe is getting some more run because he's more of a blocker. But against the Vikings, he did go off for 6 catches, 69 yards. Nice, as well as 2 touchdowns. All of course, would be season highs for him, as it's been kind of slow for him this season. Now, trade offer. Mike Gesicki for a 2024 third-round pick. Now, it's 2024, and it's a third-round pick because this is lining up for what the Dolphins could get as a compensatory pick. We may even water this down to a 4th-round pick. I don't know. It's possible, but I don't think that the Dolphins are going to break the bank here, but we will upgrade it to a 3rd-round pick, and here's why. So, Vikings cap situation. Not great right now. They have about $1.571 million in cap space. Now, of course, they can restructure. They can always free up money. There's always ways to do that because and the proration of Gesicki's franchise tag would be about $7 million onto the cap of the new team. That's why I think that his trade market could be very much muted. But the reason why we're upgrading this to a 3rd-round pick in 2024 is the Dolphins are going to pay for it. So the Dolphins, hey, here's what you do. You're going to be taking on the bulk of the salary cap, this, that, and the other thing. And basically, you're just buying a 2024 third-round pick for a guy who you're not even playing, who doesn't really fit into the new offense, and blah, blah, blah. So I think it's a relatively good deal for the Dolphins. And for the Vikings, man. So speaking of weapons, and we talked about adding OBJ, just adding another dimension. But, Gesicki, being only 27, I think he's been underutilized, and I think the fact that he's posted back-to-back 700-yard seasons with the Dolphins before McDaniel got there, I think that says a lot because the Dolphins were sort of whatever on the floor as offensively. But I think that Kevin O'Connell would just be salivating at the opportunity to use Gesicki basically as a tall receiver, move him all over the formations, get mismatches on him against corners, against safeties, against linebackers, and I think that he would really be bit of a queen of the chessboard for the Vikings passing game. Just you don't know where he's going to be. He'll line him up in the backfield. Wherever he gets the ball, he's going to be a mismatch. And we've already seen that he can do the gritty to a degree. Now, if he's here in Minnesota, Justin Jefferson and company can actually give him some lessons. So we don't have this. We don't have this monstrosity out there, man. But it makes sense. It's a gamble, but if you're going to be all in, let's be all in, man. So let's go out and get after it. And the Vikings need to trade for Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki. But your thoughts are thoughts. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.